Germany attacked us.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
Alright guys, and welcome back to another episode of my series here on the channel, where I'm playing as the Soviet Union in Call of War. And as you can see, quite a few things have happened first. I was originally planning to take out some of the Baltic states between the last episode and this episode, so quite a serene, quite a calm thing. Instead, we ended up fighting Germany, and we're not doing too badly currently. So I did manage to take all of Lithuania. It was a blowout operation overnight. And then about midday today, sometime like that, Germany surprise attacked me. And Poland still actually existed, kind of. It had maybe one or two states over here. And in that time, I've managed to pounce on East Prussia and take the Polish corridor as well. So I've done pretty well in this area. So I know his playstyle though. I know what he likes, and what he likes is quite a slow artillery bombardment. So, and that's difficult, especially this he's also got some subs hiding here. This is not friendly because this absolutely destroys. It's already shredded an infantry division of mine. I think that's this one, and a light tank division which has been completely destroyed. They were basically just hurrying to take these two. I could try to challenge it with this fleet, but the thing is, this is all level 1 except for this one cruiser. Whereas these are level 3. That's nothing to mess with, if you know what I mean. And then these are pretty. I'm assuming I know these few are pretty big stacks of really quite strong units, and a few artillery there as well. But I did catch them with quite a lot of divisions in East Prussia that I completely wiped out. There was a big one which I battled with here. This was at full strength, so it's actually got quite weaker. So it has cost. Some of them were like this, but this was actually one of the smaller ones. There was 3 overall really big ones and some more. But actually, if we look at the casualties so far, they're about equal. Actually, I think a few minutes ago I had more than Germany. Yeah, actually, Germany has about 600 more casualties than me, which is crazy because the German units are in general much better and much more costly to produce, whereas I can mass produce loads of units. So the more German casualties, the better. Actually, the thing is, it's also fighting on a lot of fronts. I mean, roughly 2 fronts, east and west, but then it's also fighting Denmark. So definitely at least 3 fronts, but this isn't a very big one. It's also fighting Belgium and the Netherlands and Switzerland. Switzerland seems to be doing pretty well, actually. Also, Japan has. I'm on the same coalition as him now, so he sent over loads of units. I told him not to send too much because he might leave himself undefended, but he believes that his navy could stop any naval invasion. I mean, we'll see about that. I mean, Mongolia could start pouncing on him here. So I've got a day, maybe 2 days, until these Japanese units arrive in strength. So I've got until that time to take preferably as many of Germany's cities and provinces as I can before Japan comes into the war and might take some for himself. But I mean, Japan's help will be appreciated, though I do feel a bit greedy and wanting to take as much of Germany as I can. And that's not saying this will be an easy war. This is going to be a very difficult war. It has been already. I've been micromanaging quite a lot and trying to put everything into place, destroying these German columns. It's not very easy. This guy's probably going to go down pretty quickly to this stack, and then I can move it to help with this. So what can we do? Well, I've sent this guy to. I haven't actually sent him yet, but he's going to patrol over here so he can tell me how much stuff they have there. Meanwhile, I think I might make a little stack. This guy can probably. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. They have a really big artillery. I'm assuming it's a pretty big stack here, and this is destroying my units that I had here. He's already destroyed 2 infantry, which was stationed here, which is not ideal. I'm going to move this guy in to defend here in case anything happens. And then this is going to move here. And then maybe possibly I'll split this one off and also to attack here. And then we're pretty much on the road to Berlin. I'm not sure how much units he has left, but we have destroyed quite a few. So I'm assuming he's not got too many, considering I'm basing most of my army down here. Whereas he's got a few fronts to focus on, and I guess this is probably his main one. But if I can catch him off guard, and maybe he didn't prepare too much for this offensive, I could potentially steam on and take Berlin. I've got this one useful heavy tank, which could be of use. I guess that's why it's useful. Yeah. The only thing that's really funny is just not funny. That was. Okay, well, I can send both of these actually to attack here. I guess that's leaving this province kind of undefended. Well, I guess it is. Not exactly. Okay, I'll put that here. Okay, this is pretty useful. I think I'll send the infantry over. This is a level 1 infantry, so it's not great. I'll send it over here. Then once this is taken, maybe I'll continue on. Also, it would be really nice to actually get rid of these guys, but until I actually find out how strong they are, that'll be harder. What I could do is I could send this. Yeah, why not? Why not send these? Wow, that's a pretty big stack. Okay, I can send them over there. This guy, yeah, this guy. That's where I want him to go. These people. So if I can get rid of these guys down here, I've now destroyed a very large amount of forces up in Prussia, East Prussia, West Prussia, and I've also destroyed most of his units on the direct border down in this southern little sector. So that's going to be great. Wow, 2 artillery, that's not bad. Ah, no, one of them's an anti-air, that's not great. Okay, what can I do with this? I can... Yeah, you know what, I'll send it over here. Feels like I'm sort of... I might want to do a bit more backtracking and telling you what else has happened. Well, basically, as soon as I saw that Germany had declared war on me, I went into a bit of a panic and I sent all of the troops I had stored here over there. And I've also been regularly producing waves of infantry in my infantry provinces. Okay, good news, these are a few minutes away from being done, which is great. I've also researched attack bombs. So it's probably a good time for my next wave of infantry. But the other issue is most of the free infantry production I had was over here, which I don't really need. I'll talk about Tamatuva later, because we might be attacking. So, let's produce some infantry. Let's look at, I've also built some bunkers I think I'm building some of them still. Okay, we've already got it producing in Vilnius, or Wilno. We're using Warsaw for this instead of infantry. Alright, I guess we'll produce it in Vologda. I think I'm researching level 3 infantry. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty good. I'll produce some artillery, because this is going to be a bit of an artillery war. He does seem to fancy his artillery. I've also asked Japan to send over some planes, so hopefully he sends over some naval bombers, because they're going to be useful to deal with his fleet. Because that's going to be a pain. Like, imagine just 360 bombardment from sea. That's not going to go down very well. Whoops. I have no idea what just happened. Okay, there you go. So, what else do we need? This is far away. This is very far away. This is fairly far away, but I can produce some infantry anyway. This is like the top of Caspian Sea. This is in Ukraine, so we can produce some artillery. Because also, I think we get less production as the communist doctrine. We get decreased production time and decreased production costs on artillery. So that's nice. Yeah, let's produce some armored cars. The only slight issue I have with Japan, sending his troops right over my territories here is, if he turns on me, then that's I'm not gonna be happy. It's a bit suspicious that he's sending a troop specifically to Moscow, whereas he needs to be on the border with Japan. Not Japan, he needs to be on the border with Germany. So if Japan backstabs me, and again, why is he sending this all the way down here when I don't? That's not where we're going to be fighting. Maybe he expects me to then shift these troops over there so that he can defend these areas. Because he did say, don't worry about Siberia, I have that covered. So maybe he means like literally everything over here. I think I'll just keep some units here just in case. Actually, quite a lot of units, but you know, sending them over will take an age, and I have enough currently, I feel like, to deal with Germany. And also, I still haven't annexed Tanatuba, so I can use them against, use them for that unit that I have stored. But Kharkov, however you want to produce it, Kharkiv apparently. I think that's a Ukrainian. You can produce artillery as well. Moscow is producing a heavy tank, so Stalingrad. Don't need that. It's too far away. Saratov is on the Volga River. It's a bit north of Stalingrad. That's not too far away. We can produce some infantry there. Just realized it might be useful to produce some more. Because in Ukraine, we have actually, look, that's an ordnance foundry, that's an ordnance foundry, that's an ordnance foundry. And Kiev also has an ordnance foundry, but they also have some other stuff a bit more developed. So it's definitely useful to at least produce one barracks. Okay, not in Voronezh isn't actually an ordnance foundry. Okay, Stalino and Kharkiv are Kharkov, really. Okay, and I think that was another ordnance foundry. Is it Saratov? No, because that's that also has an ordnance. It has an ordnance foundry, but also one of these. Okay, so maybe in Stalino I can then produce the barracks as well. Because ordnance isn't the most important currently. So yeah, let's build a barracks. We don't have much more to do in the provinces that are on the border. I think I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so problem with Tanatuva. Basically, Japan's attacked it, so we either need to move fast, and yeah, we need to move fast to actually take as much as we can. Ideally, I mean, like if we just take the capital city, that's it. We don't need these pretty useless urban provinces, considering he's already taken the iron production, which we don't need too much. Our resource situation is fine, actually really good currently, because, you know, we're massive, we have the largest natural reserves in the world. So it appears he's fighting down here because of the black spots. I think that's actually a new thing. I'm pretty sure that indicates that someone's fighting there. Okay, I'll leave that guy then. So if I was to send these, that's really the fastest. Okay. Well, I mean, I want to get to the capital as quickly as I can. That would be nice. Alright, well, going over there. The only problem that I have is that Mongolia might be a little bit annoyed that I'm taking what is, I mean, let's be honest, he's gone for Tanatuba, and he's probably going to take it. So I don't know. It's kind of risky, but then it's Mongolia we're talking about, so it's not going to be the strongest country. Actually, definitely on the weaker side, but I still don't want to mess because, well, I do have a decent amount of divisions here. I feel like I can. I'm not even sure. I was always thinking about taking Tanatuva, but realistically, I could let Mongolia have it, just not to annoy him. I guess that's a possibility. He's not really got anywhere else to go, to be honest. So there's that side of the argument. Do I really need one city that badly? I don't think the answer is yes, because if I manage to take out Germany here, I'll get quite a lot of cities. Again, Germany isn't the highest point-wise, but it's still nice, and I think it's quite industrially developed. So taking out Germany would be it's very difficult, but it's not necessarily as big of a reward as some of the other countries in terms of natural resources. Then, again, if I'm currently number one, actually. Just go off a bit here. If we open the newspaper, newspaper. Yes, see? And there we go. We're at number 1. America is on 280. He's actually inactive. I can show you because all the inactive players were removed when the day change happened. So if we, so as you can see, Mongolia is an active player, but in terms of big countries that are inactive, that's the USA and France. I mean, France is in a sticky situation. National China and France were both in Japan's coalition, so because they both left from becoming inactive, I now applied for Japan's coalition, and we're now in the same coalition, which is great. So yeah, Brazil is actually higher than the German Empire, but Brazil starts with 130, so I think that's about the same. And so I think they must both start with 130 because I don't think the German Empire actually, German Reich. I don't think the German Empire actually existed. Well, it didn't. It wasn't called the German Empire, I don't think. Well, the only city he's taken is Luxembourg, so maybe he starts at 120. So it's actually less than Brazil, but he has a massive army. That's the problem. We're taking on the biggest army, I think, currently in the world. Actually, well, no, not technically. Well, the biggest starting army, I'm pretty sure, the best. But actually, if we look, Japan is best army, followed by Germany and the United Kingdom. I am. Oh, we can actually look at it here, so it doesn't change. I am not very impressive. Really? Where it was somewhere here. There you go. I am not very impressive at 4th place. Okay, it's not that bad, but tied 4th with France, I guess. But Japan has 11%, and he has less units than I have. We go on to diplomacy, and we go on to Japan. It's 102 units. I have 190 units. So I guess mightiest armies also takes into account how high level they are. Japan has pretty high level units. Yeah, that's true. He does have, again, like this is I think level 3 fighters. Yeah, wow, again. And what about his infantry? Okay. And this is an anti-tank. So no, level 2 artillery, level 2 infantry. Yeah, it's a higher level than me. I think that must be taken into account. Germany's units are also really high level. All of his infantry are pretty much level 3. And his artillery are also level 3. Actually, I think his infantry might be like some of them level 2, some level 3. Something like that. So what's the plan? The plan is to take out this and this, which would, again, even more German units that are completely defeated, and then hopefully has less left to actually defend with. Then we'll take some of these territories up in the north, and when I have enough intel and enough division strengths in this area, I'll then take out here, which will be, I think, most of his divisions that he had on the board. I guess I did take out a lot of divisions over here in East Prussia, as I said. There was one stack here and another big stack here, which I both destroyed. It's probably around 10 units in total, and then all of this will be another 5 units, and then I also destroyed a stack of 2. So yeah, we've destroyed a lot of units. That's true. So once this is taken, I'll check what he has here, maybe by a small attack, and then if we can, I'll just storm onto Berlin. Hopefully, if we did penetrate that deep, I can just keep going, and also I don't have to worry about his pesky naval forces bombarding me, which is not going to be good. I mean, this is going to bombard this 24/7, and there's still quite a lot of damage. As you can see, against infantry, a 6.9. All of the 6. Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, what about if we look at this stack of artillery, a mix of rocket and normal artillery? Send this. I think you're sending over here. Okay. Send. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, my air force is taking a bit of a battering from all this bombarding. I think I'll let it chill for a little bit. Where's this guy going? Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, these are going by truck. I get this. Okay, Okay, if I split off this, guys. Again, I also used my Air Force to destroy this big stack here, which I was talking about. This was destroyed completely without actually engaging. It was purely Air Force and this artillery stack, which was bombarding it. So if we move this, I'd assume, okay, that'll be probably a bit quicker. Yeah. And then these fighters can then move by truck over. Okay, so yeah, I guess again, these are the stages. I'm assuming I was probably watching by now, so I don't mind if I waffle for a bit. But what we're gonna do is, so penetration here, take everything that was Polish territory before, and possibly closer and closer towards the capital, Berlin. And crucially, before that, we need to take out these two once we have enough intel. These two stacks, which could take a lot of effort, but I do have quite a lot of units in the area. I have sent them over gradually from my territories. So we can take out this, and then yeah, just advance. The Japanese troops are coming in a couple of days. Hopefully, I will be maybe. I hope I would have taken Berlin by then. I'm not sure. So I think Japan is caring for me. No, I think maybe in a way he kind of underestimates me a tiny bit, or maybe overestimates Germany. Also, he thought that I was in full conflict with Britain, which I'm not. I'm at war with them, but again, there's no real way that they can engage me, especially now that their colonies in the Middle East are pretty much done for. No, they seem to have actually taken this back from Egypt, but Egypt is still taking a good amount from them. So again, I'm not too worried about Britain currently, but it would be very nice to take Germany. So, see you guys in the next one. Hopefully by that time I would have defeated these, finished everything, all of these stacks, defeated this, and be on the gates of Berlin. So hopefully by next time I would either be continuing the final assault on Berlin or actually have taken Berlin. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.